ARMY is crying. Jin can't hold back tears when hearing Suga's last words in that video. No one expected that an atmosphere initially filled with laughter and nostalgia would suddenly turn into the most emotional moment in BTS history. In a private event recorded specifically for fans, Jin was seen unable to hold back tears while listening to Suga's last words played through a video. The question now echoing among ARMYs is, what exactly made Suga deliver that message with a tone that sounded like a farewell? The video, lasting several minutes, was shown at the end of the event without any prior warning. Suga, who is currently known to be taking a break and working on personal projects after his mandatory military service, appeared on the screen with an expression that was difficult to interpret, calm, yet full of meaning. In the video, he spoke slowly, as if holding back something heavy in his chest. "If one day I can no longer speak directly to you, please remember that I am always there," he said. That simple sentence silenced the entire room. The camera focused on Jin, who had been trying to smile from the beginning, but eventually bowed his head, wiping his eyes repeatedly. Jin's reaction is now the main highlight in the entire ARMY community. Many fans say that Jin's expression of sadness was not just an ordinary emotional reaction, but a sign of a deep emotional connection between the two members. On various occasions, Jin and Suga have been known to have a unique relationship, not the most expressive, but the most sincere. They rarely show closeness in front of the camera, but fans know that behind the scenes, they often support each other in silence. What makes this moment even more touching is the context behind the video. Several internal sources mentioned that the recording was made by Suga before he underwent a long period out of the public spotlight. Some speculate that the video was part of a personal message prepared for the members and fans before he decided to disappear temporarily. His last words in the video also raised various interpretations. Was it a form of farewell for a while, or a deeper personal reflection on their journey as a group? Meanwhile, ARMY's responses on various social media platforms were no less emotional. Many admitted to crying seeing Jin's reaction, who is known as the most cheerful figure in the group. "If Jin can't hold back tears, it means something very big has happened," wrote one fan on X, Twitter. Another comment mentioned that the moment felt like the end of an era, even though everyone knows BTS will not really separate. However, in the midst of that wave of emotion, some fans chose to think more critically. They questioned whether Suga's message was indeed intended as a form of farewell or just a reflective expression that was exaggerated by the media. Not a few also assessed that the way the video was shown, without a clear context, added to the mysterious impression and strengthened the sadness felt by the audience. Some also suspect that Big Hit Entertainment deliberately arranged this moment to evoke the emotional side of ARMY, especially ahead of the celebration of BTS's 12th debut anniversary. Despite the various theories that emerged, one thing is certain: Suga's message in the video left a deep emotional wound, especially for Jin. In a brief interview after the event, Jin only answered in a hoarse voice, "He always knows how to make me cry." That sentence was simple, but full of meaning. He then added that he felt proud and missed Suga, describing how deep the friendship was between them. Fans who were present directly at the location mentioned that the atmosphere at that time was almost like a farewell ceremony. There was no music, no excessive spotlights, only silence and the sound of crying heard from various corners of the room. Several other members also looked silent, including Jungkook, who stared at the screen without saying anything. For many people, this was not just a sad moment, but also a reflection on BTS's long journey for more than a decade together. Korean entertainment industry observers mentioned that scenes like this rarely happen in the K-pop world, where a cheerful and perfect image is often a priority. The emotional honesty shown by Jin and Suga shows the human side behind their global fame. This moment proves that BTS is not just a music group, but a family that truly strengthens each other, wrote an entertainment columnist in one of the Korean media. But behind all that, the big question remains: what exactly is the meaning of Suga's last words? Does it signify a new transition in his career, or just a spontaneous emotional expression? Until now, the agency has not provided an official statement regarding the content or context of the video, making the public even more curious and emotional. Whatever the truth, that moment has left an unforgettable mark. For ARMY, Jin's tears are not just a symbol of sadness, but also proof of love, friendship, and sincere loyalty among the BTS members. In an entertainment world that is often full of imagery, emotional honesty like this is rare and valuable. Now, fans around the world are still talking about the video, analyzing every word, expression, and movement recorded. One thing they agree on: when Jin cried because of Suga's words, it was not just an entertainment moment. It is a real portrait of brotherhood that has stood the test of time, a sense of loss that is difficult to explain, and a love that will never fade even as time goes by. The emotional moment between Jin and Suga that shook the hearts of ARMY around the world is indeed hard to ignore. However, behind the tears, there is a big question that we need to reflect on together. Did this event really happen as we saw it, or is there a hidden scenario deliberately designed to evoke public emotion? Let's take a breath for a moment and see this event not only with our hearts, but also with reason. The video that is said to show Suga's last words first spread through various social media platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Many fan accounts shared it with emotional narratives, but is there concrete evidence to ensure that the video really comes from an official BTS or big hit source? Or are we just watching a video clip taken out of context, then given a dramatic title to attract attention? This question is important because in today's digital age, emotion is often used as the most powerful tool to create virality. A few seconds of video clips can change the perception of millions of people, especially if it is packaged with a touching narrative. But have we ever stopped for a moment to ask, who first uploaded the video? When was the video recorded? And most importantly, are Suga's words really a last message, or just part of a documentary or promotional event taken at a different time? On the other hand, many fans insist that the moment is real, arguing that Jin's expression cannot be faked. They believe that Jin's tears are real evidence of emotional honesty. But is that true? In the entertainment world, especially in an industry as complex as K-pop, the line between sincere expression and professional expression is often blurred. Jin is a performer who has been trained for years to control emotions on stage. If he cries, is it entirely spontaneous, or is it part of a narrative that has been set to add to the emotional power of the event? We are not accusing, but trying to invite you to think. Why was that moment released at a time close to Suga's break and rumors of a BTS solo project? Is it a coincidence or part of a communication strategy designed to maintain public spotlight? Isn't this kind of publication very effective in arousing empathy and at the same time maintaining the relevance of the BTS name in the midst of their transition? Another fact to consider is how social media magnifies the emotional impact of this event. In a matter of hours, Jin's reaction video spread around the world, translated into various languages, and re-uploaded thousands of times.